6 seconds.
There's only one job.
3, 2, 1, go!
Where the sky is your canvas. The world is your playground. And gunpowder turns your night into day.
I get to blow stuff up for fun.
I love when my guys get excited.
Yeah!
You need a little bit of craziness.
There's a team of fireworks hotshots known as GFA Pyro.
I want to go out there and be in that danger zone and feel the shockwave of the shells going off.
I love my job.
An upstart company determined to make it to the top.
We claim to be among the best in the world, and we want to show it.
I need more shell now. Let's go.
GFA is going international. But it's a competitive world. They'll have to earn their victories one explosion at a time. Tonight is a breakout opportunity for GFA. They've won the bid to open the world's biggest winter festival, a challenging show that has to be timed perfectly to live music.
100 go!
Quebec City's Carnaval goes back 100 years. Most of the Pyros grew up with it.
And now, you know, we're part of the whole deal, and it's pretty exciting.
Eric Cardinal has been crazy about fireworks ever since he shot his first show.
I was 16 years old, big earphones on my head.
Now, Eric is one of GFA's co-owners and the guy who maps out many of the shows.
When those first few shells fire, let me tell you, you feel good. Must be my lucky underwear I put on today.
With a festival as important as Carnaval, even one mistake can destroy a company.
If we mess up with the Carnaval, I mean, we mess up with an institution.
It's minutes before showtime.
Okay, switching right now.
Good show, guys.
Bye-bye. That means we are totally armed and ready to shoot.
10,000 festival goers are ready for the show.
Go, go!
But at the launch site, on the top of a hill 300 meters away, the guy who's supposed to ignite the pre-show warning shell is in trouble. The first firework of the night refuses to launch.
Sebastien.
Désolé, j'ai pas de solution, man. Je suis vraiment navré.
The Pyro team is holding up the show. The opening of an iconic event and GFA's reputation are both on the line.
Sebastien, on a une solution.
The day and the difficulties started early, when the temperatures were already well below zero.
There it is.
300 pounds of explosives roll onto the launch site. It's enough firepower to fill more than 500,000 high-caliber bullets.
It's around 8 o'clock, and we start the setup.
It's minus 10 Celsius. By tonight, the mercury is going to plummet another 20 degrees.
Horrible, man. It's horrible.
Philippe Girard is one of GFA's star technicians. The guy who spends more time with his hands on live pyro than anyone else on the team.
He's amazing at what he does.
Philippe's love of fireworks is no secret.
I got this on my arm, but it's on my heart as well.
Bill's a loose cannon.
All right, guys. I know I'm a good tech. I know I'm a loud mouth.
Philippe is a very good tech. He just isn't very good with the cold.
If you're asking if I'm enjoying myself, the answer is no.
thing we have to do is position our mortar racks.
The explosives will be fired out of mortars, miniature cannons made of high-density plastic. Each mortar shoots a single fireworks shell up into the sky.
A little more.
The mortar racks are precisely aimed and angled
Okay.
How many degrees?
away from the crowd.
I usually go between 10, 15 degrees. Depends on wind direction.
The shells are self-propelled missiles. Each has 2 built-in charges. The first one launches it and lights a slow-burning internal time fuse. That ignites the second charge, which blows it apart. The largest fireworks may rocket up almost half a kilometer before detonating. But they won't fly without a spark, supplied by an electric igniter.
This is the electricity, and this is the black powder. I need to put the igniters on the match of black powder, and when I send the electricity on the gunpowder,
Sebastien Roy gets every show off the ground.
Sebastian's just a happy-go-lucky guy.
ah man, it's dangerous, totally dangerous. I stay here.
Sebastien knows when to have fun
Have a good show, guys.
and when to get down to business.
Seb for Eric, patch 5, which line?
A fireworks show of this scale is strung together with a kilometer of wire. The shells are individually wired to modules, computer-controlled power boxes.
Finally.
The modules are then cabled to the firing board. Just one poor connection can mean whole banks of shells don't go off.
I really want all this product in the sky tonight. We need each effect.
But at 10 below, cables go stiff, and the copper wires inside can break.
They are all frozen.
The team has over 500 individual connections to make.
What time is it, seriously?
Mode Furtado tries to keep everyone on schedule and in line.
She's my boss, and I really want to do a good job.
Mode knows the business. Her father started one of the first fireworks display companies in the country.
It was my summer job. While all my friends were waitresses, I was actually working with Pyro.
We call that mortar juice.
She's learned she can't deny her pyro DNA.
I did study literature. What do you want to do with literature?
Now she runs GFA.
Black powder running in my veins must be because can't stop it now.
What deal?
We have one day. That's it, that's all.
It takes almost 4 hours to hook up the hundreds of wires. Time to see if it all works. Eric runs a signal from the firing board.
Okay, Sebastian, I just ran a first test. Module 1 and 2 on that receiving.
Why?
To shoot the show, the firing board sends digital signals to the modules. Each module then sends electric firing pulses to the appropriate mortars, igniting the shells. But 2 of the 12 modules, an entire section of the show, aren't responding.
And if I don't fix this problem, all those products will stay on the ground.
Sebastien checks the wiring.
You can retest.
Test it again, and 1 and 2 is not responding.
Sebastien has to fix this before the pyros can move on. But he doesn't have a clue what's the matter.
I feel a little bit alone.
He's only got a few minutes to figure it out. Pyros have been working all day in the bone-chilling cold.
Man, it's horrible.
The opening ceremony of Quebec City's Carnaval, the world's biggest winter festival, kicks off in less than 4 hours.
Just a little bit stressful.
But Sebastien Roy and the team have hit a roadblock.
I have a communication problem with Module 1 and 2 on this round.
If he can't bring those modules back to life, the sky will be filled with black holes instead of beautiful bombs.
Black spots in a show, that's the worst thing. It's all nice and beautiful in the sky, and then I'm gonna go see Sebastien, see what's going on.
The modules are brand new.
I'd be surprised it's a module.
Yeah?
The weakest link is the brittle wiring.
It's all a gray cable. It's our main communication.
So maybe it's this why you're here. I would change it.
Maybe we have 2 hours of sunlight, and I don't have time to deal with this kind of cable.
Modules 3, 2, and 1 are cabled to the firing board. In a chain, modules 1 and 2 have gone dead. Only module 3 is responding. Sebastien thinks the problem could be a bad cable from 3 to 2.
To remove my glove?
He replaces that middle cable with a new one.
Okay, Rick, you can retest, please.
Okay, module 3, response. Module 2, response. Module 1, no response.
But the problem hasn't gone away. Time to dig deeper.
Actually, we just test the module one by one.
They pull module 1 out of the chain and focus on module 2.
You know, you need to work. Maybe if I give a little bit of love. You know, you are important for me. You are not just a module 2 for me. You're special. Baby work, please.
Okay, Sebastien, I just tested again, and I have response on module 3 and
Module 2, so we would have to add module 1.
Sebastien puts module 1 back in.
as soon as you added module 1, we lost module 2.
Now they know. Module 1 is the culprit. That gives Sebastien a clue. Maybe it's an invisible problem, a software glitch.
Okay, Rick, you can retest.
Okay, it's all good.
It works. Resetting the system software brings the module back online. Sebastien can breathe again. For now.
I guess I just
Forgot it was number 1, and now you reminded it.
Bad boy.
There's about an hour of daylight left. Sebastien moves to a new challenge, synchronizing the start of the explosions to music. Eric has plotted out his show to fire in sync with a live rock band.
The most sure way to shoot the show precisely was for us to be in front of the artist and to shoot the show on that first note that we hear ourselves.
Music is a challenge, but to do it on live music, it's even more challenging. You have to be right on the timing.
Sebastien will need to see and hear the band to know when to trigger the fireworks. But the launch site is 300 meters behind the stage. The solution: he and Eric will watch the band from the master control booth. Their firing board will communicate wirelessly with a slave board that's hardwired to the pyro to set off 1,500 explosive shells in perfect time to the music. Trouble is, they've never used the wireless system that's supposed to launch the show.
It's a Cadillac of firing system, but it's a first time for us. It's my biggest concern, actually, to lose the signal between the main board and the slave board.
We have no second chances in our business. It's got to work once. It's going to work perfectly.
Seb, for Eric, I will arm the wireless.
Have you received the signal?
Okay, Sebastien, I'm now a slave to you. How's that, huh? I don't say that too much to Sebastien.
Okay, then we have a show.
The wireless is working now, but in case of a failure, Sebastien has a backup.
Failed to Sebastien. The backup is me, firing manually, but I'm gonna know at 0 second.
Philippe will be standing by at the slave board. If the wireless fails, Sebastien will radio Philippe and have him trigger the slave board manually as quickly as possible.
If we fail, we're in trouble.
Okay, have a good show, guys.
Thousands begin to fill the space in front of the stage.
It's a big crowd, and it's a party here, actually.
I'm feeling good. Maybe a little bit more nervous than usual.
At the master firing board, Eric performs the final system check before showtime.
Eric to Philippe.
C'est beau, merci, je stand by.
Okay, you must be receiving the wireless slave right now.
Okay, Eric, it's working. Ready to fire.
The firing board is armed, the field is live, and ready to go.
1, 2, 3, go!
But up at the launch site, the mercury is falling, and there's no protection against the biting wind.
Minus 30, it's horrible, man. It's cruel. Then my hands are actually falling apart.
5 minutes before the show.
Yeah, sorry, man. I'm just suffering big time.
It's Philippe's job to send up a single firework, known as a warning shell. A handheld starter supplies the electrical kick for the spark.
30 seconds. Hey.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Ouais, vas-y.
Sebastien.
J'ai pas de solution, man.
The warning shell fails to launch. 300 pounds of explosives sit on the ground. 10,000 partiers wait. Success or failure is in Philippe's frozen hands.
There's une solution. Gilles.
10,000 people stand waiting for Quebec's Carnaval to start.
De 5 minutes, stand by.
Sebastien, essaye de prendre la batterie.
5 minutes before the onslaught of fireworks, the Pyros have to send up a warning shot, or salute shell.
Salute shells, we use them to warn the people so the crowds gather and know that the fireworks are about to start.
That single shell is also the only way the Pyros can confirm wind conditions at altitude to make sure the crowd is safe. No warning shot, no show.
Fermez le périmètre, on va envoyer les bombes d'appel.
Philippe Girard is supposed to trigger that shell with a simple handheld starter. 5 9-volt batteries in a series.
Vas-y, go. Là. Ouais, vas-y.
The warning shot still isn't happening.
Sebastien.
Ah, this battery pack est mort, man. Il est mort.
It could be a bad wire. It could be a bad battery done in by the cold.
Désolé, j'ai pas de solution, man. Je suis vraiment navré. You have any battery, 9-volt battery? Tyson, please.
300 meters away, the crowds and the lead Pyros wait.
Nothing.
Philippe's getting desperate.
Vas-y, sors derrière.
With frozen fingers, he tries battery after battery, pulling them out of headlamps, even a cell phone. Nothing works.
50 volts qui marche pas. Man, désolé, j'ai pas de solution, man. Je suis vraiment navré.
But then Philippe gets another idea. He breaks the battery pack open and tries the contacts of a single 9-volt cell.
C'est ça.
But is it enough to trigger the shell?
Nice job. That was a little stressful moment. Désolé, dude, qu'il y a une batterie qui faisait un short. My battery pack had a problem with one battery, so if one battery goes wrong, all the battery pack failed. Yeah, it's a super simple thing. It was just a crazy bad luck I had. That was the opening. Shit.
But that was just the warm-up. Down at the master firing booth, in front of the stage, Maude, Eric, and Sebastien wait out the last 3 minutes before showtime.
Good show. Good show, guys.
Bye-bye.
The entire show has been programmed to launch from Sebastian's laptop.
2 clicks of this beautiful mouse and boom!
You get that feeling before the show, you feel the adrenaline pumping, you feel the anticipation of the show coming up, the minutes counting down.
Stand by 2 minutes.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Okay, c'est bon.
For GFA's new wireless system, it will be a trial by fire.
We should start. If not,
If the wireless fails, Sebastien will have to call the cue on radio, and Philippe will have to fire from his board as quickly as possible.
Stand by 1 minute.
Je vais armer les bois.
That means we are totally armed and ready to shoot.
If it's just 2 seconds off, it's enough to ruin the show. We're gonna start this manually, so we know the time. Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Even if the technology works perfectly, Sebastien will have to trigger the fireworks exactly on the right note of the music, or the whole show will be out of sync.
I figured it.
Relax, relax, it's all good.
25 secondes.
Voilà. Moi, je suis prêt. Est-ce que vous êtes prêts? Oh.
Right away, we look for the first effects when the show starts just to make sure, are we on time, are we on sync? Second gun, man, it's firing, all cylinders.
Happy? Yeah!
It was just perfect. What a relief to step outside and enjoy the show and look at it.
The crew at the launch zone is on alert for any problems with the exploding mortars.
Looking on the ground to see if everything's fine. We don't have any break, like motors that are loose or something like that, to avoid any accident.
If a mortar rack tips over, the crew, even the audience, could be caught in a firestorm.
I'm a pyro. If you see me running, run.
There's one rule every pyro knows.
Don't turn your back.
Never turn your back on fireworks.
After a show, I mean, generally, you jump in the arm of the person beside you because you're super happy. I mean, that effect that fireworks has on the crowd, it has it on us.
Zach is the man. Zach's the man.
Oh, thank you, Eric. It's a relief. I'm happy. I'm proud of all my crew. We did a good job here today. I love my job tonight.
The show is over, but the pyro's job isn't done.
We're going on site, so you have to stay here.
In fact, the next step is the most dangerous for a pyrotechnician. Inspecting mortars for live rounds.
I have to put my face over like maybe 2 feet from the mouth of the gun and look in each gun. If you go look and it blows into your face, you die.
Any unexploded shells will need to be removed by hand and transported to a special facility for detonation. But tonight, the team finds no unexploded shells.
There's nothing remaining, not even one shot at the candle or anything. It's luck and good work, I guess.
They'll need both luck and good work for their next job. Launching fireworks just a few meters from the crowds at Carnaval's closing night parade. It's been 17 days since Eric and GFA Pyro opened the world's biggest winter festival. Now, in only 4 hours, they'll have to wow the crowds again for Carnaval's big finish. Firing pyro from a moving float just meters from almost 100,000 spectators.
These are multi-shot boards. They're gonna shoot out mines, color mines, so it's a bunch of little stars shoot out from in the tube. We call that a mine, a volcano effect.
Eric is using a smaller class of fireworks called proximity effects.
It's completely different, you know? It's not a big shell exploding because we're near people. We can't actually do that. I'd get in trouble, lose my license.
Banks of mini mortars are fastened to a plywood sheet. Then, the team positions the whole contraption on the roof of a modified pickup truck. The pyro will be fired from directly below, inside the truck's cab.
You're gonna be sitting up right there.
The truck is pulling a trailer, rigged with 2 remote-controlled flamethrowers.
The flame generators will shoot up to 25 feet in the air in a pretty precise, tight column of hot, burning liquid.
Tonight, nothing can go wrong.
All right, let's fire it up.
If any one of the spectators lining the streets gets hurt, it will be disastrous for the festival and for GFA.
We try to have a good time doing it, but I'm responsible for other people's lives in a way.
Eric's right-hand man for the parade is Big Ben Lheureux.
I just want to see the arc.
I'm not tall enough to see it.
Yeah, I know that.
At 6'5", he's the perfect gauge for measuring flames.
Tonight we're expecting with the wind, probably a little lower, usually about 3 bends, but we're looking about 2.5 bends tonight. Okay, Ben?
The flames are high. Eric will have to shut off the flamethrowers every time they pass under a power line.
They don't look crisp or anything, yeah. Can't smell burnt rubber.
Pyro Charles Dallaire will control everything, the fireworks and the flames. But he'll be firing blind.
I'm inside the truck, so I don't see what's going on outside. If something goes wrong, it's gonna be bad.
All right, here we go. Crazy parade.
Eric and Ben watch for opportunities to send up bursts of flame.
Roger that.
Little wire coming up. Okay, shall stop flames and wires.
Okay.
Gets a little crazy when you're walking that parade. There's just this excitement in the air. Okay, stop.
It's time for the first proximity effects.
Go, Pyro.
Each 25-second volley climaxes in a big bang, a blast of dozens of mortars.
Yeah, wind blowing. It's a problem with the pyro.
They're supposed to shoot the next volley from right in between the crowds.
Yeah, our next pyro spot's coming up.
But the wind is picking up and gusting in every direction.
See where the wind's blowing? We'll move the track to one side or another. I was gonna tell Charles to push the button when it's not the right time and he was gonna burn somebody or hurt somebody badly, and his career's over because I told him to shoot. Charles, we're gonna have to be more to the left.
It's the best option for wind.
That's gonna be a tight squeeze on this one.
The wind is getting harder to judge.
Okay, ready? We'll do our go pyro.
The closest spectators are only a few meters away.
In 3, 2, 1, go!
The burning fallout blows towards the crowd.
The sparks are flying in the crowd. Now, really, it's that last cue that's a problem.
Within seconds, Eric must decide if it's safe to let the rest of the pyro show fire as programmed.
Getting into position. Okay, Charles, go pyro.
He has to judge the wind from the smoke trails of the first few effects. But the wind keeps changing.
Is it okay for the flame? Okay, Eric, do I need to disable?
Eric. Disabled.
You want me to shut up?
Yeah, disabled.
Eric has to cut the show short.
Module disabled.
Good call, man. Good call.
The float moves on, with no fireworks, just flames. The parade comes to its last stop, in front of Quebec's landmark legislature.
Module is on.
Okay, go pyro.
Eric starts the show again. He studies the smoke trails, hoping for one chance to safely launch his finale.
Okay, Charles, that looks like we're good.
Burst in 3, 2, 1, burst.
Fire, wind, and ice. Amazing. Everybody screams. They want it again and again and again. The crowd's loving it, and everybody's having fun. And next year, they want even more.
The Pyros are the parade's unsung heroes.
Bye. See you next year for sure.
But there's little time to bask in the victory. Philippe and Sebastien, two of GFA's stars, are going on a mission to the Mecca of fireworks. They'll be overseas and in over their heads. A 6,000-kilometer journey, a 40-degree jump in temperature, and Sebastien and Philippe arrive in Valencia, Spain, the world's pyrotechnics capital.
Welcome to Valencia!
Around the world, Valencia is known as like #1 place for firework displays because there's such a strong tradition about fireworks here.
The guys are here to learn something brand new, working as technicians at a festival that couldn't happen anywhere else.
I can experience new stuff when I'm here, increasing my skill in pyrotechnics.
It's a huge, huge party. Fireworks everywhere. For me, that's like paradise.
Once a year, Valencia's 2-week-long Las Fallas Festival erupts day and night with elaborate pyrotechnic displays seen nowhere else on Earth.
If you love fireworks, you really need to be here one time in your life.
Let's go.
Sebastien and Philippe are about to become intimate with a deafening, explosive spectacle called the Mascleta.
Mascleta!
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, it sounds strange, but this is daytime fireworks based only on a crescendo of big bangs.
Like, it's like music.
Every day of the festival, at exactly 2 o'clock, tens of thousands of Valencians converge on a massive metal cage in the town's main square. This is where Valencia's most revered pyros perform their magic.
In Valencia, pyrotechnicians are superstar.
Yeah, cool, huh?
Before they can build a Mascleta, Philippe and Sebastien are going to feel one. They'll watch from right outside the cage and experience the sonic boom of more than 2,000 bombs strung up on a grid of rope.
All right, guys. Now it's really time for our earplugs.
A Mascleta feels like an earthquake.
Welcome to war, amigo. This is not the loud part.
It's so powerful. It's beautiful, but deadly.
After 4 minutes of flash and thunder, everyone, including Philippe and Sebastien, is blown away.
That's the scariest thing I heard. Wow! You can really feel the in the chest, the pain, the pressure.
Today, they were overwhelmed just watching. Tomorrow, they'll be in the cage, working elbow to elbow with the masters of the Mascleta. It's barely 7 a.m. Pyrotechnia Caballet's pyro truck arrives at the cage. Philippe and Sebastien are already there, waiting.
Well, when I first walked into the Mascleta cage, I was shy.
I think I am a good technician, but here I'm just in school.
Cuidado, cuidado, que va José un poco más arriba, adelante.
Begonia Caballé designed today's show. She's a 5th-generation pyro. Her family has ruled the Spanish fireworks industry for 130 years. And the Mascleta is Begonia's specialty.
People love mascletas. It's very difficult to explain, but you feel like adrenaline in all your body. It's a feeling that only you can know if you are in a real mascleta.
Begonia's crew works quickly to set up the grid and start hanging fireworks.
Pero allí no, esa también tiene que tener peines.
Philippe and Sebastien watch and do their best to follow along. Fino, a 30-year veteran of the Mascleta, makes it look easy.
Valencian pyrotechnics, they have all my respect.
Córtalo
See?
por la mitad.
The little instruction they get is all in Spanish.
También tendrá peines para
Sebastian doesn't understand a word,
saque esa retención, Felipe.
and Philippe struggles to get by.
Sí. Hay un grupo alrededor que está así. Just telling me that this string called retención. Later on, they're gonna put it high, put the tension on. Those are the main chords of the Mascleta. So we didn't know much about it, and we didn't really know what to do with it.
Begonia has little time for training newbies,
With, no.
but it's obvious the boys need a crash course to keep things moving.
I'm trying to understand. I understand how I go because we don't know much about it.
Yes.
They'd better listen up. She's only going to say things once.
Comment ça marche?
On va essayer de pas faire de la merde, là.
In Valencia, Spain, 2 pyrotechnicians from GFA Pyro are caught up in an explosive web, the mascleta. Back home, Sebastien and Philippe are top guns. Here, they're greenhorns.
We're out of our zone of comfort, man, big time.
We just need first to win the respect of all those Spanish technicians.
On va essayer de pas faire de la merde, là.
Their new boss doesn't have time for chat.
It's not Pyro Digital.
No, no, I know it's not Pyro Digital.
But you can compatible. No.
The crash course starts now.
And then this is the terremoto. Look, it's completely different.
Terremoto, Spanish for earthquake. Long lines of hanging fireworks called traca deliver its explosive power. Some of them go off just above head height. Others drop like ripe fruit and explode on the pavement. But it's the timing that's the key.
So the principle of terremoto is...
Each rocket has
It's different delays.
Yes, it goes very quick. It begins and immediately it runs from one part to another,
The tiny time delays between the exploding traca get shorter and shorter. The terremoto accelerates to its thunderous finish.
Does it go like this? Like...
No, he
just...
was... This is the...
That's interesting.
Begonia's lesson is over. And after a rocky start, the boys are hitting their stride.
They saw that we can work, so...
We got the respect now.
Yeah, we
a little bit.
Yeah, we got some respect.
Sebastien and Philippe, they are really making an intensive course of mascleta. And I think that this mascleta will be always something to remember.
The crowds are back. It's 2 o'clock. Showtime.
Okay, we need to get out.
Sebastien and Philippe take a position just outside the cage. Well, as crazy as it sounds, Begonia and her crew will actually be at the epicenter, inside the cage, ready to handlight any lines of fireworks if the electric igniter fails.
There's 1,000 and 1,000 and 1,000 of people.
The show begins with a barrage of aerial shells, screeching high above the crowd. Next, a series of mines. Finally, the 150 decibel terremoto. Begonia and her crew know exactly when it's time to race for the exits. When it's all over, the Valencian Pyros take a victory lap.
Come on!
At this moment, the pyrotechnician looks like a superstar, and I like that.
That was awesome. That was amazing. Really nice.
It's what you expected?
Yeah.
More.
Yes.
More. Seriously.
Thank you very much.
Sebastien and Philippe have added a new trick to their bag of pyro magic and won the respect of a Valencian master.
Thank you for coming. Thank you. Phil and Sebastien, they have done a very good work, really. They are pretty good pyrotechnicians.
Setting up a mascleta on the Plaza del Ayuntamiento is the biggest mascleta that can ever be. It just feels super good. It's a little gift from me. I'm happy.
But their adventure in Spain isn't over yet. Next time on Pyros, Sebastien and Philippe help set the streets of Valencia on fire. bring out the heavy artillery to light up Rio's Copacabana beach.
After a brutal attack, a woman's memory wrongfully sends one man on a nightmarish journey to prison on an all-new episode of I Didn't Do It. Next, in just under 2 hours, it went down. Follow the path of the icy killer that destroyed the Titanic on Curiosity, Sunday. Junior and Senior finally ditch the cameras and meet face-to-face to discuss their relationship. Monday, on an all-new American Chopper.